140,000 vehicles per year to nearly 650,000, which means we have to have more maintenance technicians keeping our equipment running. We've gone from 2 shifts to 3 shifts. That leaves little time in between shifts to work on equipment. So that means we have to have higher skilled technicians. We've got to do a lot better job with our total predictive maintenance and the type of preventative maintenance that we also need. We do a lot of advanced training. We'll be taking all of our robotics training equipment that we currently have at the Nissan Training Center. We'll be sharing that with the TCAT students, so they'll actually be training on the exact same robots that we use in our manufacturing facility. The same goes for our programmable logic controllers. We do engineering training at this facility, and we also do manufacturing leadership programs for our management team. So all of that will be moving into this new facility.
We're moving in 5 areas of study. We're doing automotive, of course we're doing the mechatronics, welding, machine tool and tool and die, and we're also having collision repair in the facility. All these have been surveyed and required within our specific region. We support obviously the auto industry, Nissan and our other auto manufacturers, because Nissan has drawn in numerous support facilities and are presently in the process of building a, what are we calling that? Integrated logistics center, which is going to be huge, that gives them an opportunity to bring in everything that they need for their just-in-time manufacturing process. We also, some of our other major partners are Amazon, Vision, Swan, Barrett Arms, along with numerous others. We have about, right now, 20 to 25 companies that we're actually doing industrial training for, which is specialized training over and above our training that we do during the day academically. One of the things that I think we're most proud of as a system is that we're one of the last truly technical college systems across the United States. Over the years, a lot of states have moved to the consolidation between the community colleges and technical colleges. But we do 2 things at our institutions and at Murfreesboro TCAT, and that's we train students in technology and we teach them how to be employees. From the day that they come in the door, unlike some of the other colleges, we have them act like employees. We have a student characteristic grade. We have fingerprint readers so that when they come in, they check in the morning just like an employee would do. And I think Kevin will confirm the fact that, most of the companies that we have locally are going to 0 tolerance as far as absenteeism and drug use. And we, although we don't test for drugs, we do counsel our students. We supply them with help if they need it. And the absenteeism, the presence of them being in class is necessary. We run our classes from 7:45 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon, 5 days a week, and most of our programs are about a year long. The mechatronics program is a little different, and we'll talk more about Kevin's program or the program that we have at Nissan with their employees here in just a little bit.
Here we'd just like to mention some of the equipment vendors that will be donating equipment to the new facility. Currently we have nearly $1.25 million in new equipment that's been donated by various companies that are going to that want to get their equipment out in front of the next generation of buyers and maintenance technicians that will be working on their equipment. Here's the mechatronics core competencies. This is what we like to explain to the students, what they would need to learn when they want to work in our facility as a multi-skilled maintenance technician. We go over all these with them. This is one of the things that, as part of the Manufacturing Leadership Council that we have that meets at the Murfreesboro TCAT, we have a group of manufacturing companies that come together, leadership from those companies, as well as the Tennessee Board of Regents, Motlow State Community College, the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, and MTSU. And by all of us meeting together, we've been able to, we have 2 high schools that currently do a mechatronics dual enrollment program. This fall we'll be starting a 3rd high school with a dual enrollment mechatronics program, where those students will come out and have half of their program done by the time they graduate, which means they're less than 1 year away from being out in the workforce, which is outstanding for us. It's nice to tell those parents they can graduate in 1 year with the Tennessee Promise, have no debt, and they can start out making $60,000 a year. Not a bad way to start out life at 19. So those are some things that you see the parents' eyes get pretty wide when they see that we can have that capability. And the support that we've been able to get and attain by having this group of manufacturing leaders work with all the colleges, we've been able to get a pathway where they can go from the TCAT, they can go to Motlow State and get their associate's degree, and then go on to MTSU, which is now one of the first schools in the country that's offering a 4-year mechatronics engineering degree. So we'll be hiring a lot of our industrial engineers right out of MTSU into our plants with that mechatronics degree. So that was very helpful from the Tennessee Board of Regents to work with us on that. We went to them with that proposal and asked if we couldn't get that degree, and they got it for us, and we really appreciate that. So we use the high schools, we use the mechatronics curriculum that Amtech provides. We also do work-study programs. Currently, we do apprenticeship programs. We graduated 24 maintenance apprentices a little over 1.5 years ago. We currently have 22 new maintenance apprentices that we're doing. What I like to tell the schools, we're in the business to make cars, not in the business to make maintenance technicians, so we really need your help. So we want to get out of doing apprenticeship programs. So one of the solutions that we've come up with is a work-study program. The one thing that the Tennessee Colleges of Applied Technology could not do for all of us as manufacturers is provide us enough graduates. They didn't have the space to put enough students in their classrooms. We all need those technicians. We were fighting over those technicians. We were hiring them away from each other. So being able to work together as a group, we've tried to solve that problem. This new facility, when we go from graduating maybe 25 to 30 a year to graduating 80 a year, should solve a lot of that problem. Should keep us from having to pay to have an apprenticeship program. But what we're willing to pay back is we want to do a work-study program. So we'll bring those students in from the TCAT. They're going to be right across the street from our plant. And we're going to require them to work 24 hours a week. Those that get accepted into our program, we'll pay them $16.50 an hour. So they've got no cost to go to school. They're going to get bonus training on the best equipment in the world, and they're going to make $16.50 an hour. I think that's a win-win for everybody. So those are the things we're trying to develop. And then these are the maintenance technician hiring pathways that we've used in the past. As you can see the numbers up there, what we found is our apprenticeship program using the Amtech training program through TCAT has worked very well. You can see those are the highest scores. You can see they actually scored higher on the same comprehensive Amtech test as our current maintenance technicians, that we're at 71.9%, and our apprenticeship graduates are at 74%. But we also know the work study works, as we have higher scores for the work study than the students that come directly out of the TCATs or other vocational schools. So we've been able to validate our hiring practices.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. So we only have a few minutes. Before I forget, I want to remind everybody that on Friday morning, starting bright and early at 7 o'clock, we're going to be holding 2 different workshops, one from 7 to 8 and from 8 to 9. This is Friday. They'll be held in the salons just right next to this room here. If you don't know, the governor of Alabama, yeah. What's it? Salon A and B. Thank you. Bring your coffee, bring your breakfast. Come join us, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. I know I have a lot of questions. We brought folks from Washington State to learn more. Please join us. You're going to learn more about the Delphi, I imagine. Deneen, what else? how you got the assessments, why you chose the NOCTI?
We'll go into the deeper dive on the entire development process of the modularized material, the development of the assessments. They will learn all about competency-based education. What does it really mean and why is it important? You will also get a deeper dive into our career pathways research. We will share that information with you, give it to you. We will also take a look at our PR material that we have for our college partners. And it was developed to meet very specific sectors that our community colleges typically come in contact with. So.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so 7 o'clock, I know it's early, but get ready for the governor at 9 o'clock on Friday, but please come join us. Okay, I've got a couple of questions before I open it up to the audience. This goes to Kevin and Lynn. So when you talk about building capacity 400%, and I'm so jealous to learn about this Nissan building where you're going to have the training and work, very similar to what we saw at the Toyota North American production plant, where they have the training embedded also right there with Toyota. How is this funded? Who's funding this?
The governor stepped up with the initial funding.
The governor.
Yeah.
Okay.
The state of Tennessee. And Nissan stepped up with they purchased the land. And right now, Kevin and I are doing our absolute best, as he said, to work with vendors to have as much of the equipment donated and in place so that we can either have it on a proprietary basis or whether they give it to us. But we're meeting with vendors right now because we're in that process of getting ready to purchase. And I think we've been very successful there. I mean, I just met with the CEO of Fanuc last week, and they're looking at donating additional equipment. They'd already given us a robot, and now they're giving us controllers and working with Rockwell to give us some CNC machining equipment. But that in itself, along with the Tennessee Board of Regents, has supported us with movable equipment money. That's everything that's not bolted down in the building has to be purchased still. And so between the state of Tennessee, the local manufacturing folks, Nissan and everyone else, we stay in existence. Our programs at TCAT are supported in many cases with expendables by all of our partners. We have several partners that give us equipment monthly, or expendables, like in our machine shop and our welding programs, because of the fact that either they, we have one that has a sterile facility. He makes artificial joints. So once they use something, they can't use it anymore, but we can use it in training. So they give us, I mean, it's literally thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment to do what we're doing, or we wouldn't not be able. We have the same financial difficulties that every other state has. But because of our industrial partners, they help us constantly to be able to do the work that we need to do so that we can put those people into their plants and be successful at those technologies.
Great. And then I have one more question about the internships. That's another thing that we struggle with is companies actually doing paid internships. Any secrets there?
No. Once again, we have a great group of partners, and I think it has a lot to do with the creation of what we call the MLC, the Manufacturing Leadership Council, because almost all the folks that are involved with our technical college are also in that organization. With our mechatronics program, both at Nissan's facility, and then we have another, right now we have another 75 to 80 students enrolled on an ongoing basis because we have an open entrance and open exit program with our mechatronics program at our school. So we're running 25 at night and 55 during the daytime, full time now. And I lost my track. What was the question? Go ahead. I can talk forever, but tell me what the question was again.
Internships.
Oh, the work study and internship. Okay. Right now, every one of our students in all of our programs are required to either do a clinical or a work study or internship. And as I said, we have 80 students in that program now, and all of those will either their second or their last trimester will be in an internship or a co-op program. All of those at this point in time are paid, and it gives both the student and the employer the opportunity to look at each other and see if they're going to be a good fit for that company.
Great.
And
All right, we've basically run out of time, but I want to open it up to the audience. Do you have any questions for our esteemed panel here? Is it? Oh. So did you hear that? Do you want to know if they have to deal with unions?
I will tell you, first of all, that UAW actually did partner with Amtech in developing the competencies and the assessments. So the UAW was actually very important on a national level to develop the tools that we have.
Any other questions?
We still have 30 minutes.
What's that? Oh, forgive me. Okay. All right. All right. Let me ask you this then. Deneen, is there any cost to becoming an Amtech college or an industry partner?
No, actually, what Amtech asks for, first of all, we do have a formalized agreement, but that is part of the colleges are actually helping us to engage in the research, in supporting the model, to coming to the door with your industry partner. Colleges aren't pretty much accepted on their own. You will come with an industry partner because part of the work that we are doing is a continuous improvement cycle and the continued research to help improve what the colleges are doing as far as an instructional model and helping to provide the technicians for our industry.
Okay, great. Jean, here's a question for you, and then anyone else can answer, and it's around the nationally recognized certifications. Could you please tell us some of these certifications that the students receive after going through your program?
Absolutely. Hey, so IT guy back here in the back, I have a little USB drive. It says Alamo Area Academy. Could you plug it in? It shows the curriculum. But what I wanted to talk about as far as the Manufacturing Academy.
Is that the,
That's it. Yeah, you'll see when it says Manufacturing Academy, if you could click that on. But what we did is the industry certificates that are embedded into the program of studies are what our industry partners desire and demand before the students can participate in that paid summer internship. So for example, in the Manufacturing Academy, every student has to have a 10-hour OSHA card that's embedded in the curriculum. And we partnered with Amtech and NSF. We embedded, go to the files where you see where it says curriculum.
Hey, you're doing a great job back there.
Thank you.
See where it says AMT curriculum? Click that one. There you go, bud. Appreciate it. Everybody should have an IT guy in their house. Isn't it? It'd be nice. I know blow that baby up. Yeah, blow that thing up big so they can see. But what we did is working with friends with Toyota and other manufacturers, and we embedded also the Manufacturing Skills Standard Council Safety Certificate into the first year, that junior year where they're coming to us 7:30 to 10. They have to have the 10-hour OSHA card and the MSSC Safety Certificate before they can go accomplish that paid internship. If they do not earn those certificates, which the program pays for, they're out of the academies and they're back into their high school, okay? An additional thing, our industry partners for all the academies said that they want these students drug-free. So every one of the students going out and doing internships this summer, and we have 130 kids doing internships this summer in the 4 academies that have internship. Our nursing program does not have an internship because it's not against the law, but the health, the CDC, they're worried about disease stuff, they don't have it, but it's still a great program what the kids are getting. They demand drug-free students. So every one of these kids, when they get to the end of the year, they will go do that drug screening either whatever method it be, pin in the bottle, pull the hair, the company pays for it. The student knows that when we recruit. The Aerospace Academy has a 10-hour OSHA card. The Heavy Equipment Academy, Hope Cat, they're sponsoring that program. They're like the FAA, so we have like 6 certificates in the Heavy Equipment program. In the Information Technology and Security Academy, they have like 3 or 4 industry certificates as well embedded into the program as part of that program of studies, and that level 1 certificate. Again, it gets them halfway toward that associate applied science degree. Did I answer that question?
Yeah, great,
I'm like
thank
the
you.
guy down the end. I can talk forever about this program, but I'll try to keep it up here. You can delete it now. So what I want to show just briefly, those are the curriculum, but if you flip down on the bottom of that page, you'll see all those red courses. You can see how they flow right into those associate applied science degrees. So in the manufacturing, it's 100% flow right into the associate degree. They don't have to waste any credits. In the heavy equipment, 100%, the IT, 100%, the nursing program, 100%. The aerospace, they lose a couple of credits. They wanted to have a soft skills course added to that program, so they do. But anyway, thanks, Bud. You can delete it.
Great, great.
Is that on your website?
Is
that in your catalog?
Everything. I don't have a catalog. That costs me money, but I have everything on the website. Yeah, everything's on the website.
Great.
AlcoAcademies.com.
So, Mary, what's Toyota's total investment in supporting this model? Working with the Texas AMT,
Texas AMT. So
or the Toyota AMT model?
yeah, the Toyota AMT
I'm sorry.
model. Just wages alone is about $750,000 annually.
Wow.
Just in wages alone, because we will give them an hourly wage, and where there's progressive, they'll actually start off making $12 an hour, but by the time they get in the 5th semester, they're making $16 an hour. But they also have an opportunity to earn a $1,000 bonus at the end of each semester, and it's based off of their GPA, their attendance, and their work and school keys. So we're actually evaluating them on their abilities to be able to ask good questions, be fully engaged, safe, those type of things. So they have an opportunity to earn that much during that period. As far as the center itself, we probably got about $1 million invested in equipment, and I think we just turned around and we just had another foundation donation for that too, in regards to that. So we have a huge investment in it, but we feel that investing in these young people right now is investing in our future workforce. This is going to make us an even stronger and better company and keep us competitive.
So I'm guessing you're doing this, putting this type of investment, and it's a lot of money, but it's because your expectation is that you will be able to fill the need for the multi-skilled technicians. Is that right? So do you have any type of idea, what are the numbers in the next 10 years?
Well, that's a loaded question. So in the next 10 years, just with our plan alone, I'm expecting to lose at least a third of our skilled maintenance workforce, which is probably in a number of about 100. But if we were to expand and have another plant there, then we're looking at a number of 400.
Wow, okay. How about Nissan? What are your numbers looking like in the next 10 years?
We already know we have 89 that are retirement eligible over the next 5 years. We also know if we do any additional